Love is of source unknown, yet it grows ever deeper. The living may die of it, by its power the dead live again. This verse, a Chinese-style footnote of love, derives from a Chinese drama, The Peony Pavilion, written over 400 years ago by Ming Dynasty dramatist Tang Xianzu. This legendary love-themed play is a classic masterpiece of China's traditional kunqu opera. Recently, the Peony Pavilion hit the stage in Kaohsiung, Taipei, and Hsinchu in Taiwan, created by artists from both the Chinese mainland and Taiwan, receiving a heartfelt welcome. For the audience in Taiwan, this show is a long-awaited reunion. The story dates back to 2003. That year, the Suzhou Kunqu Opera Theater of Jiangsu Province and Bai Xianyong, a renowned Chinese-American writer based in Taiwan, hit it off and decided to create a youth version of the Peony Pavilion, which would be presented by young performers. The aim was to drive the inheritance and revival of the art among young people on both sides of the Taiwan Strait. The Peony Pavilion was originally a romantic tragedy comedy about Du Linyang, who in her dream encountered and fell in love with young scholar Liu Mengmei, returned to life from the dead, and eventually married Liu to live happily ever after. In Peony Pavilion, Young Lovers Edition, Bai Xianyong kept the original lyrics, but adapted the play into 3 parts, namely Love in a Dream, Love Between a Mortal and a Ghost, and Love in This World. The creation and rehearsals took a year, during which time Wang Shiyu and Zhang Jiqing, 2 kunqu opera masters from the Chinese mainland, were invited to Suzhou to give personal tutoring to the 2 young lead performers of the play. Wu Sujun, a famous choreographer from Taiwan, choreographed 3 dance sections for the Goddess of Flowers, integrating dance elements into the performance of kunqu opera. Wang Tong, a famous director from Taiwan who designed the costumes and acted as the artistic supervisor for the play, painted every curve of the patterns on the flower goddess costume. This is a grand show that crystallized the efforts and strengths of opera culture and expertise on both sides of the Taiwan Strait. Hence, when the same troupe returned to the place of debut and staged the play to celebrate its 20th anniversary, this 9-hour-long romance classic once again became a blockbuster event, just like 20 years ago. You can say it's because the audience are touched by the exquisite performance of the kunqu opera, but it is also true that they are fascinated by the common traditional culture elements across the Taiwan Strait. The Chinese kunqu opera boasts a history of more than 6 centennials, passing on from ancient dynasty to modern times and from the Chinese mainland to Taiwan. Records show that back during Qing Dynasty Emperor Qianlong's reign, when Suzhou's Liyuan Gongsuo, the Kunqu Opera Practitioners Association, renovated their temple, they received a generous donation from Taiwan. Since the 1990s, kunqu opera artists from the Chinese mainland have performed in Taiwan on invitation while engaging in video recording and teaching. The artists on both sides of the Taiwan Strait communicate rather frequently and co-created many modern kunqu opera works. Peony Pavilion, Young Lovers Edition, along with other classic works co-produced by them, bears witness to the history, heritage, and deep bonds shared by people on both sides of the Taiwan Strait. The story of the play lasted 20 years, but its meaning extends far beyond the play itself or the mere 2 decades. It's a happy coincidence that just as we post this episode, Ma Yingjiu, former chairman of the Chinese Kuomintang Party and members of a delegation of young people from Taiwan, have just finished their root-seeking and cultural exchange tours in Guangdong, Shanxi, and Beijing. The Peony Pavilion is inherited and welcomed by young people from both the Chinese mainland and Taiwan, who are also an active force in cultural communications across the Taiwan Strait. I think such links are no accident. The shared cultural roots and the mutual sense of belonging lie deep inside. I'm Su Wanlu in Beijing. Thank you for watching.